FORM is the Forum of Architecture Mediation. We are a group of young students and professionals from interdisciplinary fields, and we want to publish critical thoughts about architecture. We see the submissions as a starting point for further public discussion. Because of COVID-19 epidemic, right now the publication of the submissions only happens digitally. But as soon as possible, we want to come back to the original idea, which is to have public events where these thoughts can be presented and also already discussed by the public. So the idea of FOAM was that we wanted to start a student architectural magazine because the TU doesn't have something like that. So we watched what other architecture schools do and realized that there's actually a lot of literature about architecture and there's a lot of magazines, and maybe there would be a better way to bring something up that is not so.
No, by analyzing, we noticed that there's that each university has their own magazine, but they only publish things which is related to their own university. They put it in a context, but they never interact, or not really interact, with different universities. And our idea was to create something which is an interaction between these different universities, so everyone can achieve something by having the exchange, so that not everyone has to do their individual thing, but at the end it's every university does their thing, but there is a platform or something where they have the discussion between the universities.
And the other idea was that architecture is a discipline that deals with a lot of other disciplines. So, and especially if we talk about social architecture or society in architecture, then we have to think about other disciplines too, not only about architecture as an island. So that's the reason why we thought it should be not only an inter-university platform, but also an interdisciplinary platform.
Yeah. So then we found out that there's a lot of these different magazines from each university, and in general there's a lot of architecture magazines and art magazines, but there's actually not so many podcasts. And then we thought how can we maybe use that platform, which is becoming quite interesting for a lot of people. How can we maybe interact with that, with this kind of format, to bring that to architecture? And since architects always have to do a lot of drawings and don't really have to use their brain very much during that time, so there's this idea of listening to some of our podcasts where we debate on different architecture topics.
Hi, I'm Anna. I just finished my architecture master, and I joined FOAM because I think that FOAM is the young alternative voice that is currently missing in the architecture discourse in Munich.
So this is just the start. We hope that in the future we can build an international and more inclusive platform for fresh thoughts and critical ideas on architectural related topics, to broaden the discourse, and that in the end FOAM could be a platform which will take place anywhere and anytime in the world.
Hi. Wir bei FOAM möchten möglichst vielen Menschen die Möglichkeit verschaffen, Gehör zu bekommen, wenn es um das Thema Architektur oder gebauter Raum oder öffentlicher Raum, Umgebung geht, und möchten möglichst Stimmen zu Wort kommen lassen, die sonst eben nicht gehört werden. Also sprich Leuten aus allen Lebenslagen, Altersgruppen, Identitäten. Und es wäre schön, wenn es nicht nur ein Diskurs unter Architekturschaffenden ist, sondern eben auch möglichst interdisziplinär, also Leute, die wenig mit der Architektur an sich zu tun haben, aber doch ihr jeden Tag ausgesetzt sind, und das ist unser Ziel.
Genau, jeder von uns ist eigentlich unmittelbar mit seiner gebauten Umwelt konfrontiert, jeden Tag, in fast jeder Minute, und vielen Leuten ist es gar nicht bewusst, dass man vielleicht auch die Verpflichtung hat, sich einbringen zu müssen, auch den Mut aufzubringen, dass es die Möglichkeit gibt. Und wir würden es sehr bereichernd finden, wenn mehr Leute vielleicht auch durch eine Hilfe den Mut aufbringen, sich auch zu politisieren. Und wir würden uns freuen, wenn viele unterschiedliche Gesichter mitmachen würden. Und ja, es ein zukunftsträchtiges Projekt wird.
What I enjoy most about foam is that it offers the possibility to talk about architecture in a broader approach. So we're always looking for interdisciplinarity, not only in the topics we discuss, but also in the formats and methods of our contributions to the discourse. And since I've studied comparative literature, I'm always looking for platforms that bring together architecture and the humanities. And in foam, I found I found a way to bring together these interests of mine.
In order to properly define and also communicate what foam wants and why foam wants the things it wants in reaction to the current status quo within the academic architectural discourse, we are in the process of creating a manifesto in which we first try to trace back how and why architecture is produced and in consequence also presented in a certain way, and what we demand in order to change or even revolutionize traditional methods.
We meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m, either physically or via Zoom, and then we discuss about different topics. We discuss what is going on at foam and talk about architecture and society, of course. And we just have pleasure conversations, sometimes with beer. And yeah, if you want to join, just contact us and join in.
So this is how foam works. We are the editorial. We are an open group and an interdisciplinary group of young professionals and students. We discuss together what could be a recent subject of discussion. And then we do a call for content. Authors send us their ideas for an essay, a poem, or whatever they want to publish. We, as an editorial, we give them advices how to fit to the call for content or how to edit their submissions. The authors edit their submissions and then they can go to a public live event where they can read, perform, sing, or whatever their submission is about, and present their submission at the live event to the public. We, as foam, we record what they do, and we also record the discussion that follows the presentation, so the public can discuss the author's thoughts on the live event. And we record this and publish it as a podcast on our platform at foam-network.com.
Foam and beef.